it's Bubbles and welcome back to my channel. Also welcome if you are new. So today's video is going to be quite a bit different than what I've done on the channel, but I spoke about it in my last video, the cottage build, but I decided I wanted to do ranking and review videos of each of the different pack types. So I broke it up into 4 videos. So this is going to be the first video, which means by the title you can see that this one's only going to be focusing on the kits, because I've recorded this like twice now and I realize I have a lot to say about the kits, so I found it easier just to split it up into 4 different videos. So I hope that's okay with y'all, and they won't be freakishly long like they were about to be, but either way. So another thing I wanted to mention, that I feel like my opinion would be useful to people, because I have bought all of the packs I have owned, or I own, and so with my own money. So understand that some of these packs I only have because of a sale or because of the bundles. So I hope that kind of gives it a more unique perspective on packs, and I hope it's helpful for any of you who are looking into getting some packs, because not only will I give my opinion on them, but I will also just let you guys know what comes in each thing, because I know everyone plays differently. But either way, so let's get into it. So the first kit I want to start with is the Bust the Dust kit. So with this kit, we got 2 other ones as our first introduction into this new pack type. So this is the first one of the trio that we got when it first came out, right? But this one is strictly a gameplay kit, which is why there's only the 5 items you see, so it's literally just the vacuums you can use in gameplay. But this one is supposed to be that you can clean up the dust in your house, and so with that comes, like, you can get dust bunnies that you can either be friends with, and they'll find like money around the house and give to you, or if you make enemies with them, they will set your house on fire. So, and if you don't do upkeep on your house and it gets super dusty, it will set on fire. So that's fun. But so I love menial task kind of things in The Sims. So like the other pack we have that's kind of like it is Laundry Day, where you can do laundry. I love that kind of stuff in The Sims because it feels like more realism to me. And so I don't have a problem with the idea of this pack, but the problem I do have with it is, if you can hear my cat in the background, I apologize, but I've watched gameplay of this kit and it's very glitchy, and so that's why I don't have it, because it's still not fixed, because I would totally get it if it were fixed. But to put it into perspective, we've had several updates now where they have tried to fix, I'm gonna call it tried, to fix this pack, and it's still glitchy. So I don't know what's up with that, but there's also a setting where you can turn off the gameplay elements of this pack, and from what I've seen, it doesn't actually turn it off, which it's kind of supposed to, because there are other packs where you can turn off the settings and those work, but for some reason this kit all around just doesn't work. And so if it ever gets fixed, I might recommend it then, but for right now, definitely not. So, I don't know. It just feels like this one was rushed, and it feels like this is happening more, where there's more glitches being shipped out with new kits and packs, so it almost feels like they're not testing it, which is like what you do. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Because of that, I would probably put this pack as a no, just no for me. Oh, and side note, I'm going to put the base game in this pack as needed because you need the base game to play, so that seems obvious to me. And also, this other pack is the holiday stuff pack, which is a free pack. So, if you want cute holiday decorations, please download it, and they do update it occasionally. So, yeah. The next kit I want to talk about is the Throwback Fit kit. So with this kit, this is a strictly Create-a-Sim item kit, which means there's only like clothes and accessories and anything to dress your sim up wise. And so this one is supposed to be a retro, like 80s, 90s style fitness. Is it? Yeah, it's technically fitness stuff. So I like the idea of these smaller pack types being used to kind of focus on more specific like styles. And so that works really well with that. The idea works really well with like Create-a-Sim kits and like building kits, but if they don't execute it right, it comes off really, it falls flat. So for me, this one fell flat, and so that is why I also do not own this one. And so I just didn't like the execution of this one, because it's not only is it fitness stuff, which I feel like we don't need. You know, I don't use a lot of sporty outfits. I don't mind the tracksuits, since I know some of those styles are like in retro fashion, but not a whole kit dedicated to fitness stuff, you know? And so when I saw this come out, I only saw like 2 to 3 things that I actually liked, and it just, I don't know, the style in it is just like, it's just not it, which is sad, because this kind of style, like fashion style, is like right up my alley, but I didn't like this one. So, yeah. So, with all that being said, I would also rank this one as no, just no, just because I don't think I'll ever buy this one. The next kit I want to talk about is the Country Kitchen kit. So, with this kit, this is an all build items kit. So, this is the third and last one in the trio of like the first 3 kits we got. And so this one I was actually excited for when I heard about it, because I felt like we didn't have any of the counters existing in game before this came out. I didn't feel like we had counters that looked like this, so it felt like brand new items, right? And so the fridge and the stove are also very cute, and like also something we don't have in game. And then the clutter items are also very cute. But the reason I liked this one at first was because I kind of grew up in an area that had stuff that looked like this in real life. So this is very like, it's very homey to me. Like, it's very recognizable to me, if that makes sense. But let me jump in game so I can show this stuff up close, and then give you some reasons why I kind of don't like it as much anymore. So I just put a few rooms together to kind of show some of these swatches for these counters, but the one thing I do really like about this and the reason why I wanted it because it was so different, was that each of the different, I don't know how to call it, each of the different counter types, if that makes sense, is different, which is interesting. And so, like, that one I love because it's got a cute little handle, but also the cupboards are also the same way, so that each of them is different. So that way, not all of them are that look like, cabinets with curtains and stuff like that. But there's like good clutter things on the open shelves that you can see, and like this one's got little mug holders there, and then like the small one thin cupboard you can pick is actually a plate rack, so that's cool. And then we do have a few sinks that are like this, but not very many, and this one, so we get another one with it, and I feel like it's perfect for this style. But yeah, so let me go show you the other swatches. So this is the black swatch of the counters, which sounds so cool that there's a black swatch, but then I look at the curtain options and I'm like, why? Why did you pick purple? Bright freaking purple. I don't have an issue with purple, but what if I want to do like a modern farmhouse with black counters and kitchen and cupboards? What words? English. And there's purple curtains. And I'm like, why? I don't know, that don't make sense. And then like if I go over here, yeah, there's more purple curtains with yellow cabinets. Don't like that very much. And then this one's okay because one of the green swatches, this one has white curtains, so it's nice, but there's like a blue counter swatch that's got pink curtains. There's like a pink counter swatch that's got blue curtains. And then the other green swatch, which is a little bit darker, has like, I think it's blue curtains, like light blue ones. It's just, the reason I don't like this one as much is that the curtains are odd swatches. And so it makes it very hard to use in certain interiors. And I kind of wish they would have just stuck with like white, gray, and cream curtains so that it would match in any kind of interior. And then the other thing is that the clutter items are fantastic. Like, goose. They're fantastic, but they're sorted in the catalog weirdly, so they're not sorted in clutter or miscellaneous clutter. They're sorted into statues, which is weird to me. So the problem I have with them sorting it funny is that sometimes when I'm building and I don't really know what objects I want to use, if I don't see them in the catalog I'm searching through that I normally go to for kitchen clutter, then I ain't gonna use it. You know what I mean? So I don't normally go through the statue category to look for kitchen clutter. So it's just weird to me, you know? But yeah. And then there's one other thing I wanted to show you. So another reason why I don't like this kit as much is that when Cottage Living came out, the counters for Cottage Living are quite similar to the ones in this kit. As you can see, like, they're not exactly, but the style is the same. And the fact that they've got the same kind of sink basin that wraps around the front, and also that they're very like country antique looking. And also, these have open shelves as well. And the freaking curtains. However, the reason I like the Cottage Living ones better is because this swatch obviously doesn't show it, but there are some swatches that are more neutral, and the curtains are a little more neutral as well, so the cottage living ones end up being more usable than the country kitchen kit. So because of all that, I originally I would have put this kit as good, but now I'm just gonna put it as okay. The next kit I want to talk about is the Courtyard Oasis kit. So this one is another build specific pack or kit. It's not a pack, whatever. Anyway, so this one is a Moroccan and like Mediterranean inspired pack. It is Moroccan. So this one I was so excited for when they teased it. Like when I saw the promotional videos and like pictures that came with it, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And so let me just jump in game and I'll show you why I like it so much and then just kind of give my final opinions on it. So here I just kind of laid out a room with my favorite swatches of each of the items, but as you can see, the frickin' textures on this pack is just like 20 chef's kiss. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, the doors themselves are just beautiful, you know? And so they also had, like, the tiles even nice. This is a more neutral swatch, but the couches are nice, this table's nice. Like, they did a really good job in this kit, honestly. And so the reason I think this one worked so well is not only does all the items in this feel like brand new items, like the mesh of each of them feels like new, so nothing we've had in game before, but also they did a really good job balancing both build items and buy items. So they gave us like these few doors, which these two are the same, but like that one's an open version, and then there's these arches. That one's the same as this one, but there's these arches, and they all come in different wall heights. So the walls I have right now are on the tallest wall height, but we've got one for the triple wall height, the medium wall height. There is another door that fits the shortest wall height, but then the windows that came with it as well, like this one can work for both the double wall height and the tallest wall height, and then this really small one can work for all three. And so they did a good job making sure they covered all the bases, if that makes sense. And then it felt complete in build items because they gave us this spandrel and another kind of spandrel, and then the columns match both spandrels, which is excellent. And the columns even match the tile, which is great. They gave us fencing, a staircase, and the railings for the staircase as well. So yeah, I just feel like they did a good job balancing the kind of items they gave us in this pack. And not only that, but the items are just made very well. I know not everyone likes super pattern items and very colorful items, so I would say this might not be for you, but there are more neutral swatches to each of the items, so I don't know, if this is your thing, go for it, but it might not be everyone's thing. I just think that this is the image I see when I think of a really good kit. Like, the way they executed it was good, you know? So yeah. So because of that, this website I'm using does not have the icon on it yet, on the website yet, so I'm gonna pop up an arrow where I would put it, but I would put it in the love it category. The next kit I want to talk about, and also the last kit for now, is the Industrial Loft kit. So this one is yet another build kit, which seems interesting that the last three, or sorry, last two, I guess, because those first three shipped all at once, but the last two have been build kits. So it makes me curious why they've only come out with build ones recently. I'm curious what else they have in the works, but either way. So this one is meant to be an industrial styled loft kit, as the name says, but when I first saw that this was coming out, which first of all, let me just say the promotional stuff was a little off with this one. It kind of felt like it came out of the blue, and I didn't even know it was coming out until like the day before it came out. And like none of the other Sims people I watched really knew. So it was kind of weird the way because there was like no teaser for this one, but there was one for Courtyard Oasis. I don't know, that was just weird to me. So it kind of felt like it came out of nowhere, and I didn't even realize it. But let me jump in game and kind of go through my issues with this one, because at first I thought I would like it, but then I just started looking over it as I do before I buy something, and yeah, let me just jump in game. So here I just put all the items from this kit out here. So first I wanted to look at the windows and doors. Window, I guess. I don't know. Let me just talk about it. So we got these three things. And so this one is a door, this one's an archway. So the reason I'm disappointed with this pack is that kit, whatever. All of these came in the shortest wall height, and so this wall is on the tallest wall height, by the way. So I don't know why they only gave us them at this height. And I also don't know why they gave us this door. I guess it's to match the furniture, since the other archway and window are metal, but I don't really need a door to match the furniture, because to me industrial is very like mismatchy and eclectic looking. But anyway, so I'm not the only one saying this, but I wish we had gotten a closed door version, and then some in the different wall heights. Ooh, sorry, that's a light. And also, like, I guess this window is okay, but to me this doesn't scream industrial, you know? So, like, just to let you know, one of my favorite interior styles is industrial. So that's why I was initially excited for this kit. But when I think of industrial, I think of big factory grid windows and lots of metal and like rustic looking wood, which they did give us that, but it's a little, the furniture is a little too matchy for what I feel is industrial, because like I would mismatch objects from many different things for an industrial interior. So I don't know. That's a little pet peeve I have. But however, I just feel like if you're giving us a kit that's called an industrial loft, I'm not sure why we're not getting big windows and doors for a loft. Lofts normally have very tall walls, so, and also, another thing, I keep glitching these stupid lights in here. Anyway, so, I'm gonna show on screen this promotional video art that came out for teasing this kit. And so, as you can see, the window in the art is like a grid factory window with a rounded top, right? So people were pointing out that it actually looks like the window we have, or the windows we have from Moschino Stuff Pack, which I'll agree with now that I've looked at it. And also the fact that that window didn't even come when this kit shipped out in the first place. So I'm not sure if it was just like them sliding it there like we wouldn't notice, or if it was a genuine like miscommunication mistake, but I feel like this has happened a few times, which is frustrating that we're getting stuff shipped out that's unfinished or with items that either don't belong or are missing items. And so they did say they were going to update it and give us that window, which it's been about a week and we still haven't got it, so I'm wondering if they have to like make it because it wasn't actually made. And so it's just stuff like that that's just kind of like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, you know? So anyway, so now let me just go through like the other items, because I do like the items. Like, these couches are amazing, I love them, but these side tables are okay. I do like this bed because I feel like, no, I know we only have one other 4-poster bed in game, and it did come from City Living, but I feel like they changed it up enough so that it's not completely the same. And then I do really like the dining set because we don't have very many dining tables that are tall. And especially we don't have any that are medium sized, because the bar tables we have are either really long, like the ones we got from University, or the really small one in Tiny Living. So I do like this rug as well because I do love a good fluffy rug. I swear I have seen this in CC, and I don't feel like anyone else has pointed this out, but I feel like this is just straight up a CC item. I don't know, that might just be me. And then we did get these lights at 3 different heights, which is interesting. And then I do really like this piping, this venting system. I love that very much. This decal piece is so cool to me. I love the like worn image kind of effect, but I really do like that item, and there's some really good swatches, so it really does feel like a reclaimed warehouse that's been turned into a house kind of thing, you know. Love that vibe. This thing I don't like. It's very clunky looking. I get what they were trying to do because I feel like steampunk can go hand in hand with industrial, but I just don't like it. This pipe would only work really at the shortest wall height. You could put one on top of each other to fill it up if you're using a taller wall height, but I don't know. I don't like that. And then this one, this plant looks sad, okay? And so that leads me to my next, issue. So the next thing I wanted to point out, and this is something that other people have pointed out as well, and so I put all the items we got from the kit side by side, things that look like it or look like the mesh is the same. And so, like I said, this one I don't mind as much because we really only have that 4-poster bed, and so I like them, so I don't mind that this got reused because I do like 4-poster beds. But then there's this couch looks very similar to the ones we got from Eco Lifestyle, but I feel like they changed this one up enough for me to not mind it as much because the texture on this one is just amazing. And then this one, I don't really like this coffee table as much because it's got that tier and I feel like that would get in the way, but it also looks similar to the one we got from Moschino, and then this one is from Get Famous. And then these two bar stools look very similar. This one's from Discovery University, and that one's from the kit. And then these plants, the sad plant from the kit, and then the one from Dream Home Decorator. This one just looks rushed. Like, it just looks sad. You know what I mean? And then I get to this part. So, this is an industrial base game item side table, and that's from the kit. And then these aren't as similar, but you can kind of see, like, this is also from base game. And so, 2 points to make. I'm seeing that there are 2 items in this kit that are very similar to things we have in base game. And so I would have much rather them take the time to, like, revamp the items in base game as an update, as a free update, because I feel like the items we have in base game anyway are outdated. So I would have much rather have had that, especially for people who only have base game, because I was at that point once, like a few years ago, and it sucked, which is why I started investing in the packs. And then my other point to make is I see how many items I can compare to other items that we have in game, and this is like half of the kit. And I have a problem with it. If they want to reuse meshes, it's fine as long as it's not this many items in a kit, because I like to compare it to, like, Courtyard Oasis. That one felt like all of the items in it were brand new, you know? This one just feels like they were either short on time or they just didn't care, and they just remade items we had in game in a different style and shipped it out in a kit. And it's just like, I don't know. That's just frustrating to me, because it's like, I would much rather have new items or a base game update, you know? Because it's like, so because of all that, and again, this website does not have the icon for this kit, so I'm gonna flash an arrow on screen again. So I would rank this one as meh for me. And I'm really conflicted about this one. I'm very conflicted about this one because I would put it in the no just no category, but because it's industrial stuff, I'm going to put it in the meh category. The only reason I have it is because I wanted more industrial stuff. That is literally the only reason. And because I didn't want to get, I don't want to get more CC. I don't know. I don't want to be one of those simmers that has like a 10 gig CC folder in their game runs like poo-poo because I have to record speed builds, and so it would slow my game down. But anyway, so yeah, that's where I would rank it. So overall, my thoughts on the kits are, overall, I'm just kind of like meh on it. It sounds like a good idea at first, but now that I'm seeing how it's being executed, I'm now just like, meh, you know? So I feel like the only way this would get better, like the execution would get better, is if they had CC and mod creators working on this, so that there would at least be care put into the making of these kits, because I feel like they're just being rushed just so they can get out there. Like, there's more content for them to get out. That's what it feels like to me. And I know a few other peeps are also feeling that way. And so my other point comes to, before we got the kit pack type, they used to give us free updates in base game that had items that they had put together for us for free. And so the last one I can remember was the Mexican Heritage Month update, and so they had given us like a few items that's kind of celebrating the Heritage Month, and they were well made, and there was a few Create-A-Sim items that came with that, but they used to do that before the kits came around, and now it seems like we're not getting that anymore, and we're just getting kits instead. Then I would go to, well, if you don't like the idea of kits, that is completely fine, because if you're like a PC person, so if you use a PC to play The Sims, you could just supplement your game with CC and mods, so you don't have to get like the packs if you don't want to spend money on it. But then it becomes a problem of, well, console gamers can't get CC or mods. If my cat would shut the heck up. I'm groundbreaking things here, sir. Shut up. Thank you. Anyways, so it becomes a problem where people who can't get CC, because I know it's not just console players, but they need some more recognition. But either way, people who can't get CC have to deal with what packs are coming out, and so if the packs that are coming out and kits that are coming out aren't up to par, that's not fair. There's sometimes where they release a pack and it feels like it's taken a step back from a really good one that they had come out with before. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's weird, because it feels like I'm on a roller coaster where I don't know where I'm gonna go next. And I'm just like, can we keep it consistent? I guess that's what I'm trying to say, is I want some consistency, That is the end of the video. I hope you didn't mind me ranting for so long, but I hope my ranking and review was helpful for any of you guys that are interested in buying any of these, and if they're really worth it. But at the end of the day, it's your choice, and I ain't gonna judge you if you don't like the kits, and if you do really like them. This is just my opinion, but either way. So I will have 3 other videos following this as a series. And so, if you're interested in those other pack types, make sure to check those out. But other than that, I will see you guys next week. Bye.